Hello, everybody. I am so happy to be here with y'all virtually. I'm very excited for this basketball season. I'm glad you all have decided to be refs. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So, first, a little bit about me. My name is Miles. I am a senior. I'm from Appleton, Wisconsin, and I'm studying civil engineering. Fun fact about me is I've met the President of Ireland. Yes, that is as random as it sounds. It was like 10 years ago at a park when I was visiting the country, and he has a really big, fluffy dog, and it's adorable. Basketball officiating experience. I have 3 years of club and intramural experience. Last year, I officiated a club tournament at the University of Mississippi, Ole Miss, and I also officiated the national club tournament that NERSA puts on, and that was right here at UW-Madison. And this spring, we're going to be hosting it again. So if you're really an outstanding ref and that's something that you're interested in, you could definitely host at nationals. Here is my contact information. Feel free to save this for your future reference. Microsoft Teams is going to be how I communicate with y'all throughout the season. It'll be the easiest way for y'all to communicate with each other. It's required that you have that app on your phone and that you have notifications turned on. And that's probably the best way to reach me unless it is an emergency, in which case you can text me at that number. But I also have Teams on my phone. I have notifications on, so I will see that Teams message just as quickly as a text message. So just use Microsoft Teams, shoot me a message, and yeah. All right, your turn to introduce yourself to me. You can scan this QR code or follow the link that I put in my Microsoft Teams message, and this will take you to a form to fill out about yourself. And this form is how I'm going to track you as being an official with basketball with Rec Well this semester. So be sure to fill it out. Even if you're a veteran, returning, even if you're a clinician, no matter what, just fill out this form. Yeah, let me know if you have any issues accessing it or questions about it. So my expectations for y'all, honest availability. We essentially allow y'all to set your own schedules using our scheduling software, sub it up by choosing what days that you're available and what days you're not. So please be honest with that. We expect at least a few hours a week, every week from all our officials. I would think at least one shift a week. If there's a crazy week where you have a bunch of exams and you're not able to work, that's okay. But please try to work 1 or 2 times a week as a general rule. Be prompt, so that means showing up to your shift on time, but it also means between games, not slacking off, going on your phone, chatting with other coworkers. We only have 45-minute game slots for these games, as people who have refed with us before will know. They can start getting behind, so just be prompt, keep games moving. Communication with me, with supervisors, with fellow officials, with participants. So with me, how that looks is, if you're not able to make it to a shift, communicate with me as soon as possible. We'll go over expectations about shifts in a couple minutes, but just reaching out to me as soon as you know a problem is arising is very important. With the supervisors, when you arrive, make sure you tell the supervisors they're going to be there wearing red polos or red pullovers, just telling them that you're there, asking them before you leave, make sure they don't need any more help, and communicating with them if there's anything like an ejection or a technical foul. Make sure you report any technical fouls and ejections to the supervisors as well, and as much information about those as you have. With your fellow officials, make sure you know your other officials' names at the beginning of a shift. I don't expect you to know everybody on staff's names, but make sure if you don't know someone that you're working with, just ask their names, know their names. It's much easier to yell somebody's name across the court if you need something from them than just yelling, "Hey, you." So learn them, learn their names, learn something about them, and yeah. And with participants, they're more receptive to having a foul called on them normally if you've told them, hey, hands off. I mean, so many officials use that phrase, hands off, keep the hands off. It will help you immensely to communicate with participants and communicate early and often for all 4 of those. In terms of looking the part, we'll talk about that on the next slide. So here is our dress code. So black athletic shorts, pants are also fine if you have black sweatpants or black officiating pants, that's fine. But shorts are okay as well. Official stripes we will provide to you, but if you have your own that you'd like to wear, feel free to wear them. Make sure that they are tucked in. That is super important. It's important for all types of officiating, but I think it's especially important in basketball. Look at this guy. He's locked in. He's got his stripes tucked in. He looks very professional. If you come out and your stripes are not tucked in and you look sloppy, that's the first impression that the players are going to have of you before you even make a call or communicate with them. So make sure you're looking sharp. Keep the stripes tucked in. Closed-toed shoes, athletic shoes, ideally dark or black. If you have like a dark gray or a black with some highlights on it, that's fine. What we want to avoid is non-athletic shoes and anything like brightly colored, bright orange, bright pink, anything like that would make you stand out would be bad. But ideally something like that's just totally black. And a whistle, if you have a whistle, please bring it so that we don't have to give out new ones. But if it is your first time officiating, we will provide you with a whistle. Culture, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. We're playing indoors, so hopefully this shouldn't be a problem like it might be outdoors. But, no alcohol, no tobacco product. If you think somebody is under the influence, either a participant or a fan, just tell a supervisor and they will deal with it. But just know that you do not have to put up with anything like that. I've never heard of it being an issue at any of the indoor sports, but just something to be aware of. All right, so some general information. All games this year are going to be at Baki. There are not going to be any games at the Nick. Sub It Up is going to provide the court that you'll be on for each shift, so just pay attention to that. So luckily you won't ever accidentally go to the wrong place anymore. The season is going to be November 3rd through December 11th. There are no shifts the week of Thanksgiving, so it's going to be a 3-week regular season and then a week and a half playoffs. That'll start right after we get back from Thanksgiving break. Shifts are Sunday through Friday. Weeknights, they're going to be either 6 through 9 or 8 through 11 p.m. I think Monday, Tuesday, it's 6 through 9, and Wednesday, Thursday, it's 8 through 11. More than likely, it's going to be split, so that's 5 games in a row. There's going to be one shift of 3 games and then one shift of 2 games. And then Sundays, games are going to be from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., and that'll probably be split into 3 shifts of 3 games each. So you will never be working more than about 2.5 hours at a time, unless you would prefer a double shift, in which case let me know, and I can arrange that for you. All right, let's talk about responsibilities on shift. First thing when you arrive, you're going to clock in, and you're going to check in with the supervisor, and then you're going to help set up. Pretty simple. Your job there, it's not just to officiate, but it's to help run things. So your job is to help set up as well if the supervisor needs help. Pre-game, help reset the scores, set the time until the next game, hold a captain's meeting. Like I said, we're only going to have 45 minutes here for each game. So just be speedy, keep an eye on the clock, know when the game is supposed to start, and try to get it started no more than 5 minutes kind of late than after it would be supposed to be starting, just so, especially the nights that go to 11, we don't want to be there any later than we have to be. Post-game, you're going to report the score to the supervisor. You're going to talk points of emphasis for the next game, so talk as a crew. Hey, what do we think we did well that game? What do we think we can improve on? And then get ready for the next game. And finally, at the end of the night, help clean up, check out with the supervisor, and clock out. So just like helping set up, your job is to help clean up as well, unless the supervisor sends you home, which they often do, and that's totally fine, but do stay to help clean up, please. All right, so now I want to talk about Sub It Up and responsibility for being at shifts. So Sub It Up is our new scheduling software, and I will be totally transparent. I'm still learning it myself. I'm sure I'll make some mistakes, so please be patient with me. As I will try to be with y'all as we all learn it together. But the basic gist of Sub It Up is the same as our previous software, When to Work, for those of you who used it. Basically, you'll be able to see the shifts for the week. You'll be able to set yourself as either available or unavailable for those shifts. If you're available, that means you're open to me scheduling you for them. But if there's too many people that are available, then you might not get scheduled. If you set yourself as not available, then I will not schedule you for that time. These preferences are going to be due on Wednesday at noon for the next week. So if it's Wednesday at noon, that'll be the whole next week of schedules from Sunday through Friday. That'll be scheduling Wednesday afternoon, so that's when they'll lock. If you don't have your availability in by then I reserve the right to schedule you for whatever times I want. So make sure that you do have it in so you don't get scheduled for a time that you cannot work. If you have any questions or problems with Sub It Up, I know some of the leads for the Session A sports, flag football and soccer, had some technical problems with it and just people learning it. So don't be afraid to reach out if you need me to change anything before that Wednesday deadline, and I'll be happy to do that for you. After the schedule gets published, it'll be Wednesday afternoon or Thursday. At that point, you are responsible for any shifts that you are assigned. If you cannot make a shift for whatever reason, you have to first reach out to 5 other officials, and there will be contact information on the Teams page, or you can Teams direct message them and ask them if they can take your shift or trade for your shift. If after reaching out to 5 officials nobody can take it, then come to me, tell me why you can't make it, and I will do my best to help you. Last year, 90% of the time when people came to me and said I cannot make a shift, I was able to find a replacement for them. And it really helps if you come, if you come 4 or 5 days early and say, oh, I forgot I have an exam this night, I forgot to change my availability, odds are I can help you out. And obviously, don't skip your exam to come to work. But also, don't wait until 30 minutes before and say, oh, by the way, I have an exam, I can't come. You're letting down your other officials and your participants when you do that. But yeah, the sooner you can tell me you're not able to make a shift, the better. But ultimately, it is your responsibility to be at a shift that you were assigned. So, just keep that in mind. The onus is then on you to find someone to take it rather than on me. Okay, so what next? Please refer back to that initial Teams message I sent with that flowchart on what else to do. If you are a new official, there's this whole YouTube playlist with the rules and then a PowerPoint about positioning that you need to watch. If you are a veteran official, you don't have to watch those, but you still have to come to one of the field clinics. Obviously, make sure you fill out that Let's Get to Know You form that was linked here earlier. And I believe that is it. I will see everybody at one of the 2 field clinics. Oh, the Canvas quiz is the other thing. Make sure everybody takes the Canvas quiz, veterans and rookies. So make sure you take that Canvas quiz, watch the rules videos and the positioning clinic if you're a rookie, and then come to one of the 2 field clinics. And yeah, if you're a rookie, make sure that you have met with HR, done all your I-9 stuff, and are all set to be able to work. But other than that, HR, rules, positioning, Canvas, quiz, and come to the Rose Clinic, and we'll go from there. Make sure you have your Teams notifications on, as that's where I will send more information. And yeah, that's all I got. Let's have a great season.